Hello and welcome to step number 4 in how to start your healing, health and fat release journey. So step number 4 is focus on real foods. So all of these steps are really, really simple, but they will make huge differences if all you change are these 4 steps. And the issue that we have these days with that advice about just prioritizing real food, forget about, you don't even need to think about a low carb diet or a paleo diet or a GAPS diet or any of these other things. If you just focused on eating a diet that was predominantly foods that didn't come in packages with labels. Okay, it's so difficult to work out what's real food and what's not these days. So real and unprocessed is a kind of a good rule of thumb. So I just have a quick little visual to share with you to help you work out what that kind of looks like. So what does real food look like? It's these sorts of things. So plenty of all sorts. If we can kind of, I very often when I see my clients will personalize this. So there might be certain things that I would say you kind of maybe want to minimize, but it depends what your goals are. It depends what you want to get from working with me. So in this generalized advice, I'm just going to say any type of vegetable that's unprocessed, any type of fruit that's unprocessed, those are real foods. Nuts and seeds, they're real foods. A delicious salad there with some of my salmon mousse, homemade, which is super easy. So that's kind of an idea of what real foods would look like. And the problem is that many of us now are so brainwashed and addicted to this super, super tasty, what's often referred to as hyper palatable, really, really tasty, fake food, being marketed at us really aggressively by the food industry and incredibly effectively, that it affects our taste buds. We get so hooked on these things, which are super tasty, way more tasty than we are designed to be able to deal with, that it almost makes our taste buds get to a point where we don't get the same sort of taste when we eat real food. And that, I get this as feedback very often from clients, is when they first start sort of changes that I talk to them about, the foods that they're eating, these real foods, just don't taste all that great. But you'd be so surprised. You make these changes, you give it 4 weeks, and then you have something that maybe you ate a lot before, and you will really, really notice how strong, how sweet, how kind of over flavored it tastes, because your taste buds will reset relatively quickly. So that's my top tip about just eating and focusing on real food. It doesn't have to be any more complex than that. See you soon.